Hey everyone, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and today we're going to be playing Flames of War version 4. This time it's going to be a late war 1900 point battle. It's going to be US 3rd Armored versus Westfallen SS at 1900 points. Hey everyone, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and this is my 1900 points of US 3rd Company out of the Remagen book. So what we've got going here is an HQ, and this HQ is a jumbo. For combat platoons, I have one platoon of just M4A3 Shermans, and then one mixed platoon with a jumbo, an M4A3, and then two M4A3 with 76mm turrets. Then in the weapons platoons, I've got a platoon of 3 Sherman 105s, so they're going to be artillery / assault guns for me, as well as 4 Chaffies, so light tanks. Love the Chaffee. And then as support platoons, I've got 4 Sherman Crocodiles, and they're the only thing that's trained. Actually, the Crocodiles and the Calliopes are both trained. And then I have an armored recon platoon, which is back here. 2 M8 Greyhounds and 2 Jeeps. So I've got my recon element as well. And I mentioned the Calliopes. They're going to give me some artillery to my list. So there you go. That is 1900 points of Reluctant Veteran 3rd Tank Company.
Hello guys, so I got the Westfallen SS just for my HQ, standard HQ, 2 Panzer Shreks, just 3 platoons of infantry, 1 smaller one. They all got Panzerfaust. Then I got a really small squad of light mortars just to round out that part of the force. And then supporting it are Reluctant Veteran Yak Panthers, and I think they can use Tiger A skills. I have to double check that. A little hodgepodge of reluctant trained tanks, 2 Tiger 1s, no Tiger Ace or wide tracks, and then I got a Panther and a Panzer IV, and then some reluctant trained artillery in the back. So only the Westfalen are really believing in final victory, and then everyone else is whatever they can scramble together.
Sounds good. How many points did this come to?
I think 1910, and then I think I get 10 or 15 points back from the updated rules where it's the command teams and the staff team and stuff like that.
Awesome. All right, we are deployed and ready to begin. The mission is no retreat, and the Americans are going to be attacking, and the Germans are defending this town. Sean, what's your company again?
Westfallen SS.
Westfallen SS, so they are defending the town. I'm attacking, so I've got my entire force on the board. I'll go over my deployment first. I've got my mixed Sherman platoon here, Sherman 105 artillery, Crocodiles, Chaffies on the road with a platoon of vanilla Shermans and the company commander in his jumbo. Over there in the field we have the Calliopes, and then up there in that field we have some armored recon that spearheaded into that field. The objectives are here and here in town square. Sean's defenses, he's got one SS platoon here. The other one is in this building, correct? Or
Split between those two.
Split between those two.
The HQ is on the closest one here.
Oh, your company HQ is there. You've got the short mortar platoon here in the town square, the 105 artillery lined up in the back, and then you have your mixed Panzer company in ambush. So off table, you've got your Jagd Panthers and a short platoon of infantry. So that's it. Everyone on the German side is dug in and gone to ground, and the Americans have the first turn. So that's turn 1, US Armored. Okay, recapping American movement for turn 1. Everything moved forward. These guys are flanking around. The Crocodiles moved up. Everyone dashed down the road as far as they could. I know he's got his ranged in markers on the road, but we're just going to have to risk it. And then over there, my recon moved behind that farmhouse. So on to what little shooting I have. All right, so first up, I'm going to be firing my Calliope. It's a massive bombardment, so it's the 12-inch square right here. We already measured. There are 4 teams in the building that can be hit, and then these 2 teams back here. So he is trained. These guys are all trained?
Yeah.
So they are being hit on 3s. These are the 4 guys in the building. All right, so here we go, looking for 3s. So we got 3 of the guys in the building hit, and then the 2 guys out in the open. These are identical, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we hit both of those guys. So those guys are both hit as well.
Saves for just the 2 normals, the Panzer Shrek, or Faust, they're good. Panzer Shrek.
This is Shrek.
He's good, and then
These
you
2
guys
guys
out here roll for this one, 3+. He's good, and this one, 3+. He's good.
All right, they're solid.
2 pinned units.
All right, so we got some saves here. These 2 are going to be 50 cals. That's the 30 cal. So you want to go ahead and make your save. He's good.
Yep, and then here we go. Yep.
All right, so we got a 5 up for the 50 cal that was failed, and we killed him. And then a 6 up for the 30 cal that was failed. No. All right, next up, this mixed Sherman platoon is going to be firing into this building where Sean's company commander is located. So I'm going to use stabilizers because I'm outside of 16 inches. I'm going to use my main guns. Can't use machine guns, so I'm going to need 7s to hit. So I'm going to need a 6 followed by a 5. So here we go. Sean looking for 6s. And we got 2. Now we're looking for 5s. We got two hits. So you need, there are 2 guys in there, Sean?
Yep.
All right, so you need 2. So each one gets a hit.
I'll just do them at once. I think it wouldn't matter.
Okay.
2 dead.
Oh, no, I need firepower. So 3 up firepower. So let's see what we got. So 1's dead and 1 is okay.
Okay, let's take this one out and make it a little better.
Oh, I forgot to mention this earlier, maybe in deployment. This area here is a minefield. So just so you know. All right, recapping turn 1 for the Americans. We managed to kill 2 infantry stands with our Calliope bombardment and some direct fire from the Shermans. So on to German turn 1. We'll see if that ambush shows up. All right, so first up, Sean's going to be rolling for reserves. On a 5 up, he gets a reserve.
Okay, reluctant backup. Nope.
No, not yet. All right, recapping German movement for turn 1. The ambush is popped. So we've got Panther, Tiger, and Panzer IV back behind that building right there. Popping the ambush. The only other movement was the company commander from here tactically withdrew to that building. Otherwise, we're on to German shooting, turn 1. All right, first up, we've got the Sean's 105mm artillery batteries pre-ranging in here on these guys in the road. So Sean's going to go ahead and roll. I am veteran, so you're hitting those tanks on 4s.
I'll start here and go clockwise. So.
Okay.
Nope. 1 hit. We're here now. Nope. And then the jumbo.
Yep. You hit the jumbo. All right, and what is the anti-tank rating on that?
Should be a 3.
Okay, so top armor 1 for this M4A3. So we bounce it, and a top armor 2 for the jumbo. And possible bail on the jumbo.
Plus.
Yep, all right. So that's it for the 105s. All right, next up, Sean's tank platoon is going to be firing. Basically, these 2 are in short range. He's at long range. We're going to resolve that Panzer IV back behind here in a minute. They're all going into my Chaffee platoon here. So 4 shots needing 4s to hit. If you want to go with those.
All right.
So we got 2 hits so far, and then 2 shots from that rearmost Tiger needing 5s. So 2 hits total. So Sean's going to assign his hits, and then we'll come back for firepowers.
Okay. Okay. 3 up on the first Chaffee. Nope. And then the second one. Nope.
Oh no, 2 bailed out. That railroad track totally screwed you over. All right, so the 2 lead Chaffies are bailed out.
Panzer 4. So 2 shots here, 5s.
So Panzer 4 looking to hit my recon.
Double twos.
Double twos, all right. So recon dodges that bullet. All right, I think that's shooting for German's turn 1, correct, Sean? Anything else?
Yep, that's it.
All right, let's go. Okay, U.S. 3rd Armored Turn 2 movement recap. My Shermans continue plunging up here on my left flank. The Calliopes moved up to the side of this minefield. Can't decide whether I want to risk it going across next turn or driving around. Over there, everyone kind of got off the road once they saw the ambush appear in town with all the Tigers. And then lastly, my recon platoon dashed to get behind the building, get a little bit of cover over there, make it into the flanks, and hopefully give Sean something else to worry about. So that's it, on to American shooting. Alright, first up I'm going to repeat bombardment with my Calliopes. So we're going into here. There are 3 guys still in this building, and then 2 guys from this platoon that I can hit. So we're going to be hitting on 3s. One of those guys in there is a Shrek, so we're going to roll him separately, looking for that magic 3, and he dodges that bullet. And then the other guys, both of those guys are hit, however. And then these 2 up here, the first guy and then the second guy. So those guys are both hit as well. So 4 out of 5 teams. And this time, since it's a repeat bombardment, Sean will be re-rolling successful saves.
Okay, let's see. So failed the first one here, and then the second one. Double failed that one.
No. Alright, so that's 2 guys dead in the building, and then you've got these 2 here.
Okay. 1 there, and then he's good.
So now I still need my firepowers. So I have 3 firepowers to do, and it's a 4-up. So first guy, second guy, and this guy outside. So very, very effective Calliope. So that's 3 infantry teams down.
So.
All right, next up, this platoon is going to be going. I've got 2 tanks firing machine guns here, and then the tanks behind firing their main guns up at long range at the Shrek team on the 2nd story of that building. So here we're going to go with the machine guns first, targeting this fella. I'm looking for 5s because he's trained, concealed, gone to ground. So here are the 50 cals. So we got 2 so far. And then they also have 4 30 caliber shots, so we'll go ahead and roll those as well. Looking for 5s. And we got 2 30 caliber shots. And then up at the building we have 6 main gun shots needing 7s again. Long range, concealed, gone to ground, using stabilizers. So let's get rid of those 2. Looking for 7s. And we get nothing.
Okay, I'll do a little S right here. First one, save. Second one, nope. Good, and then let's get this last guy in there. Great.
All right, so the failure was the 150 cal. So looking for another 5-up to get that guy. We got him. Ooh, I would have killed him with the 30 cal. All right, next up, the crocodiles are going to be firing all their machine guns into this platoon. We're going to start with 50 cal shots. We got 12 50 cal shots. We're using this guy as our target. He's at short range, so we're looking for 5s. Looks like we got 3 hits so far, and then we're going to have 8 30 cal shots. Looking for 5s as well. So we got 4 30 cal shots. So we're going to go ahead and assign those hits, and we'll be right back.
I'll just leave them how they are.
Okay. So the 6s are 50 cals, the 5s are the 30 cal, so Sean's got some saves to make.
I'll start here at the 50 cal, 3+.
Good.
30 cal. I'll go here. There's a 50 on this one, right?
Yep.
50 first.
Good.
And then the 30.
Good.
And then right here, I got 2 more. Is it 50?
Yeah, 50.
Yep. And then the 30. Okay, so 150
So let's see
on
if that
him.
50 can plunk him out. Looking for another 5. Oh, nope, we're good.
The guy back here. Is this a
130 on that
Alright,
guy
that's
back
a
there.
30.
So we're looking for a 6. No.
All right.
So they weather that storm. All right, next up, my Chaffies are looking for some revenge against the German tanks. I've got 3 Chaffies going into this trained Panzer IV with concealment. They have to use their stabilizers, so 3 goes to 4 for concealment, 5 for stabilizers. So we're 6 shots looking for 5s. And not a 1. Okay, next up, this Sherman platoon, my company commander is going to fire some smoke rounds into that Panther. 2 shots using stabilizers, short range, concealed, so I'm going to need 5s. So that Panther smoked twice. And then over here, only one of my one of my Shermans can shoot at that Panzer IV. So that's 2 shots looking for 5s on the Panzer IV at short range, and we whiff again. That Panzer IV leads a charmed life. So when I think, looking at it, that is all my shooting for the Americans on turn 2. I'll just go straight into my recap of the turn. I managed to kill another nice chunk of infantry, smoke the Panther, but that's about it. So we're going to see if Sean can get some reserves in here on German turn 2.
Okay, let's get some reserves in here. 5+.
Nope. No. Whew. Okay. Okay, these guys, Sean's going to try to blitz them. So they are trained, so that's a 4+ blitz.
Okay, for the fatherland. No.
No, not the fatherland. So they are at 1 harder to hit with any shooting this turn. Okay, recapping German movement. These guys failed to blitz, correct, Sean?
Yeah, they failed the blitz.
But they moved out of their foxholes. And then over here, the Panzer platoon has kind of shifted. They also failed to blitz, unfortunately. So they're not going to be doing too much effective shooting. So on to German shooting for turn 2. And next up we got shooting here from this one Tiger. He's threading the needle to that Chaffee on the end. However, he's going to need a 7 because of the failed blitz, concealment, and long range. So let's see, a 6 followed by a 5.
Nope.
Nope. Recapping German turn 2, not much shooting-wise. Sean was able to drop a line of smoke here from his mortars. However, his 105s failed to drop a line of smoke here, unfortunately. 3 dice, and he needed 3s, and he got a 1-1-2. Not the best day for German dice. So that's it for German turn 2, on to American turn 3. Okay, recapping American movement. My left flanking move continues. The Shermans moved up. The Sherman 105s actually terrain dashed to get a little bit closer. Over here, I chickened out and did not drive through the minefield. I would have been driving over the minefield on a 4+, so half of my tanks would have been hit, and it's anti-tank 5, firepower 1+, so top armor 1 versus anti-tank 5. Probably going to explode if they fail. So they are driving around the minefield, which might add another turn. We'll see if that matters with reserves or not, if I'm going to pay for that. Over there, my Sherman platoon, they failed a blitz, so they moved up. Chaffies are moving around. And then way over there in the city, my armored recon platoon is between those 2 buildings in the very backfield. So giving Sean something to worry about. So the tide of olive drab is slowly closing in on the Germans. Onto American shooting. Turn 3. Okay, this mixed Sherman platoon is going to be firing. 3 of these tanks are going into that infantry out in the open that moved, and the jumbo in that platoon is actually going to be firing into the Panzerschreck team up in that dark blue building. So these guys are going machine guns. That's going to be 15 machine gun shots into, we'll go with the middle guy as our target so we can splash them out. So we have 15 shots. Looking for, I guess, just 3s, right, Sean?
Yep.
Yep. All right. So let's get rid of these misses. And then I guess we're going to assign these. Actually, let's do the 2 shots at the building. Those are short range, but gone to ground and concealed, so I need 5s to hit 6s because I'm using stabilizers. So nothing on the building. So we're going to assign these hits and be back so Sean can take some saves. All right, so it's 10 hits total, 2 hits on each guy. So Sean, if you just want to point and roll.
All right, let's see. 3+. He's dead.
Oh no.
He's down. Oops. Let's get this guy. He's good.
Oh, he's really good.
Let's go with this guy. 3+. He's good.
Nice.
Center guy. Dead. And then this last guy back here. 3+. Dead.
Right over here, I got one chaffee. You can see that panther. Now the front hull of the panther is presented to me, but the turret is turned, so I might be able to hit the turret if I can hit. So I'm using stabilizers, long range concealment against that trained panther, so I need 6s to hit. So I miss. All right, that is going to be American shooting for the turn. So on to German turn 3 and some automatic reserves. All right, so 3 dice for reserves. Automatically you get 1, but let's see if you can get more.
Okay, whew, I need this. Come
5
on,
up.
guys. No.
All right, so you do get 1, no matter what. Okay, so at the start of the German turn, these guys are down to 2 teams, so they're testing, but they have a special rule called Enjoy the War. So each team takes a test, and on a 2+ they're good. So basically don't roll a 1. He's good. He's good. So that platoon stays. And they unpinned already, correct? Yeah. All right, recapping German movement. The Jagdpanthers have arrived, and they are moving up to get some shots on the mixed Sherman platoon. This mixed Panzer platoon moved up to put some fire over here as well. And that's it for movement. These guys didn't move?
Nope.
Okay, so they are gone to ground, maybe. All right, so on to German shooting. Turn 3.
Okay, so did Panther first. I think I need 4s.
So that Panther there into...
I guess I'll just start
guy.
it here.
Okay.
So 4+.
Just a straight up 4, yep. And vet.
There we
You
go.
got it.
So AT 14. Are you straight firepower now?
Well, do the other hits. I might try
okay.
to swap them too.
Gotcha. Then this one, I guess, would target this one.
Okay.
4
as well. Got it. And then the Tiger is shooting at a Chaffee over there, correct?
Yeah. I guess I'll just try to target that one. I gotta make sure it's actually. There we go. The Chaffee. So 4s. There we go.
So
These
I
guys are
hit the
ready this
Chaffee.
time.
Yeah, my goodness. All right, so go firepower for the Chaffee because I don't have any, my armor can't stop it. So that Chaffee's destroyed. And then over here I'm going to see if I've got any range to swap, so I'll be right back. All right, so the Panther punches right through this Sherman, so you got a 3 firepower to destroy him, Sean, if you want to take that.
All right.
So that Sherman is destroyed, and then I need a 6 to actually equal here for the Tiger's hit. Front armor 7, anti-tank 13 from that Tiger. So I need a 6, which I get, so a 3+ to possibly bail, which you bail. All right, so it's 1 destroyed Sherman, 1 bailed. Okay, so the Jagdpanthers are going, we got 2 firing into this platoon, using him as the target, so he's in the open, hitting on 4s. 2 more hits, ouch.
This one right here, 4+.
Woo! All right, so that's AT-16 on those guys, right?
Yep.
So here I'm going to try to swap this hit to my Sherman on my Jumbo on a 3-up, which I don't. So basically we're going to go to firepower. So what is it, a 2-up or 3-up for?
3-up.
Okay, so for this M4A3, so you got 2 penetrating hits. So this one and this one, I imagine.
Okay.
So yeah, so 3-up for him. He's bailed out, and a 3-up for him. He's bailed out, a double bailed out, so 5+ where he runs away. So he is destroyed. And then a 3-up for this guy. And he's bailed out. So I think you hit with everything, but...
I'll take it.
yeah, that's nice. All right, so Panzerschreck is firing at the Crocodile, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. And what's the firepower on that? 11?
Yeah.
So it's front armor 6. Both of those have to go on that guy, so let's see if I can roll 5 to equal 6 to bounce. So that's 2 pens.
I think it's firepower 5+.
Okay. So you got him. Another Sherman down. All right, recapping German turn 3. I think Sean was lulling me into a false sense of security. Thought I was doing really good, and then he hammered me hard. I lost 4 tanks destroyed, including my 2 Sherman 76s. This is a big loss to me. And I have 1 tank bailed out. So on to American turn 4. Okay, so recapping American movement, these 105s kind of moved to hide behind the building. They're terrified of the Jagd Panthers. This platoon's moved up to contest. Flamethrower tanks have moved around as much as they can to still be able to fire flamethrowers. I might be able to get flamethrowers into the building or into this platoon out in the open. Company Commander Jumbo is there among them. Over there, the Shermans are flanking. The Chaffies are flanking further. And the armored recon is moving out to see what they can do against the 105s. So on to American shooting, turn 4. First up, 3 105 millimeter shots into the platoon into that building. They are concealed, gone to ground, and trained. And these guys are ready to fire 1, so I need 6s to hit. And nada. Next up, these 2 Shermans are going to be trying to smoke this platoon. They'll fire at this guy, looking for 4s. And we got 2 hits, which is what we needed to smoke that Panther and Tiger. So that's 2 successful smokes. Next up, this Jumbo is going to be firing machine guns into the infantry out in the open. They shot, so it's just going to be 4s for concealment in the open, correct?
Yep.
All right. So we got 4 hits. That's 2 for the Shrek and 2 for the platoon commander. If you want to go ahead and make those rolls.
All right, 2 on the Shrek.
Oh, Shrek's good.
The commander. Oh,
he drops.
get out of there.
All right, so crocodiles are going to fire. This guy's going to shoot flames at this remaining Shrek team. That guy's going to fire flames into the platoon in the building. So we'll go here, 5 shots, hitting this guy in the open on, I guess, 4s because he's concealed out in the open. So we got 2 hits. Now the flamethrower counts as a heavy breakthrough gun, so Sean owes me 2 saves, re-rolling successful saves.
I'm just gonna roll. Could I just roll 4 dice and hope we pass all of them?
Yeah, that works.
Let's do this. I think we'll be luckier that way. Never mind.
He's on fire 3 different times.
Oh man.
All right, and then 5 shots into the guys in the building. They are concealed and gone to ground, so I'm hitting them on 5s. And we got 2 hits there. Now, Sean, since you have 2 separate guys, make those saves separately.
Okay. In here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll do whatever. This guy, 3+. He's good, and this guy 3+. He's dead.
Okay, and then the successful save, re-roll that successful
yeah.
save.
Right here. Oh, both dead.
Okay.
So I guess the top floor was eradicated.
Okay. All right, the armored recon's going to be firing into the 105s. These 2 guys firing their main guns just once each, hitting on 4s. They're trained and concealed in their firing pits. And we miss. And then we've got 3 30 cal shots from the MG Jeep hitting on 4s. That's 2 hits there. And then 1 shot from the mortar Jeep hitting on hitting on a 4 as well. 1 hot shot from the mortar Jeep. We'll assign him and be right back.
Okay.
So mortar hit here.
4+.
So 4+ save is good. And then 30 cal on the next guy.
Nope.
So I need a 6 to kill him. Oh, nope.
This guy 4+. Oh, that's your dice, but whatever. We'll go with it.
That is good. All right. So no hits or no deaths, and not enough to pin you. All right. Next up, these 2 Chaffies are going to fire downrange there at those Jagd Panthers. They're veterans. I'm using stabilizers, long range, so I need 6s, 4 shots. Let's see something. How about a bunch of 1s and 2s? All right, and that is going to be American turn 4, I believe. We whiffed over here. We weren't able to do anything to those 105s. We weren't able to do anything to those Jagd Panthers. We were able to knock out finally that 1 infantry platoon that was holding this objective. and we did barbecue a good chunk of infantry in those buildings. I am holding the objective, so Sean's going to have to come out and do something. So on to German, turn 4. Okay, recapping German movement. The Jagdpanthers moved up. The Tigers moved out to contest the objective. And let's see, I think that's it. Panther moved up, Panzer IV moved up.
Panther just stayed.
Oh, the Panther just stayed. He's in smoke.
Pretty good through the smoke.
He can. And then over there, your reserves, your last infantry platoon is running up through the town square to maybe cover that middle objective. We'll have to see. All right, so on to German shooting. All right, so these 105s are direct firing into this crocodile. He's trained, so you're going to need 4s for long range.
One hit.
One hit. What's the AT on that?
Let me check. I think it's actually 10.
All right, so the anti-tank is 10. Front armor 6 goes to 7 for range. I need a 3 to equal, 4 to bounce. So 2 up firepower to bail me out. So he's bailed. All right, 2 shots from the Jagdpanthers into the jumbo, hitting on 4s for short range. Got one hit. And that's AT 16 versus my front armor 13. So I need a 3 to equal, 4 to bounce. So that's a pen. So let's see that 3 up firepower. Got him. So that's 1 dead jumbo. All right, so that Panther is going to be shooting this Panther, shooting this guy. He's in the smoke, so it's 2 shots hitting on 5s.
All right.
And then if you want to go straight to firepower, that's a destroyed tank. So we don't have to worry about that Tiger shots. And then this Tiger and that Panzer IV are shooting at the crocodiles, you said?
Yep. So I'll do 1 shot from the Tiger, 3s.
Hitting on 3s, yep.
Oh.
Nice.
This guy would be on 4s because he's in the smoke.
Yep. You got it. And it's anti-tank 11 versus my front armor 6. So I need to see a 6 here. Nope, so firepower. Nope, bailed out.
Okay. So try to range in here, 5s first attempt. Got it.
All right.
And I got to re-roll the misses, but let me grab the template.
All right, so we got the mortars firing here at the armored recon. There's only 2 tubes, so he's re-rolling successful hits.
Okay, so got that one.
Jeep's hit.
Nope.
Second Greyhound. Nope.
And then,
Last Jeep.
Nope.
All right, and then the Jeep has a 3-up save. That's good. Recapping German turn. He came out, annihilated this mixed Sherman platoon, so it is gone. He's contesting the objective, well, he's holding the objective now. I'm not contesting it anymore. He did bail out 2 crocodiles, but didn't destroy them, and that's it. So on to American turn 5, I believe. All right, so recapping American movement. These guys are staying put. I'm going to use the platoon commander to range in with the artillery. So we're going to drop some artillery over there. Chaffies have moved up. Shermans have moved up. Crocodiles have moved up. Jumbo stayed put. The 105s over there stayed put. Basically, here's my strategy. I'm going to try to break Sean's company. His core formation only has 4 platoons, or 5 platoons really. 3 infantry platoons, the mortars, and the platoon commander. So if I can kill those guys, then his company will break and I don't have to deal with these tanks, because I don't have enough to deal with these, so the amount of heavy armor Sean has. So we'll see going into American shooting. All right, first up we're going to try to do the artillery. So my Calliopes are trained. The template will obviously cover some terrain here in the city, so we are looking for 5s to range in successfully. So we need this. Here's the first attempt. Second attempt. Got it. All right, so everything here that you see is under the template, so we're going to go ahead and try to hit the guns first. So my left to right we're hitting on normally 3s because they're trained, but 4s because it's my second attempt. First gun misses, second gun is hit, third gun is hit. So these 2 guns are hit, Sean. Let me go ahead and go to the infantry.
Okay.
And then there's 5 infantry teams. There's just 4. What are these guys? These are Panzerfaust teams?
Yeah.
Or, so 4 of those guys. We're hitting those guys on 4s. So it looks like we nabbed 2 of them. And then the leader on a 4 as well. So 3 of those guys are hit.
Okay.
All right, so if you want to make some saves.
All right, so I'll do this gun first, 4+. He's good.
That's good.
This one, 4+. He's
Okay, so I need a 4-up firepower to kill that gun. Nope, he's good. But they are pinned.
I'll do this guy, 3+. He's
Good.
good. Next one, 3+. He's good. All right.
Good. All right, very nice. But I am ranged in. All right, next up, this platoon is going to fire. The platoon commander called in the bombardment, so he can't do anything. Mortar team is going to be firing at the artillery there. So he did not move, so that's going to be 2 shots hitting on 4s. He's trained with concealment. And we miss. Next up, we have a Greyhound. He didn't move. 2 shots hitting on 4s with his main gun. And we got 2 misses there. And then this machine gun Jeep is firing 3 machine gun shots at the infantry. So that is hitting on 3s. So we got 2 hits there. If you want to make 2 saves, we'll just assign it to this guy and that guy.
All right, I'll do the closest one first, 3+. He's good with a 5, and this guy, 3+. Come on, baby. He's good with a 3.
All right, these guys know what they're doing. Next up, these Chaffies are firing machine guns into that infantry platoon that just arrived. That's going to be 15 shots hitting on 3s. Well, that's a lot of misses. Yeah, it's not too bad. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 hits, and there are 5 guys there, I believe, right, John?
Yep.
All right, so it's 2 saves for each.
All right. Okay. I'll do his 2, 3+. He's
Nice.
good. The next 2, right here, 3+. Oh man.
Nice.
3+. 1 dead. This guy right here. I should just keep rerolling the same ones. 3+. Oh man.
Nice.
Can't roll those again. It's too hot. 3+. Oh my.
Wow, those guys are amazing this turn. All right, so we have 3 active crocodiles. I forgot if I mentioned it earlier, but both of my crocodiles unpinned with the help of the company commander nearby. So basically, I'm putting 5 flamethrower shots into the company commander in that blue building, 5 other flamethrower shots into the platoon in the blue building, and then 5 flamethrower shots into the same platoon, has a couple stands into this building. So I believe I'm hitting them all on 5s, correct, Sean? They didn't move or shoot?
Right.
Okay. So here's for your commander in the blue building. So it looks like we hit him twice.
Actually, he moved.
Oh, he did?
Okay.
But I didn't
He
roll
jumped
any
in
4,
here,
so. And then the squad in the blue building is hit once. The squad in the white, or the same squad, but in the white building, we got 3 hits there.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to assign those hits, and we'll be right back.
For the first attempt.
All right, so this is the commander, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the commander's taking a roll.
So this is for the first hit. I'll roll 2 dice to see if you can save both of them.
He does.
And then let's keep this going. 3+ again.
Oh.
Just died. Okay.
Now we'll make a check, but we'll see if he really died or if you can swap him.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So I'll do that after.
Yep.
Okay, so Panzer Shrek on a 3+.
Okay.
Oh, and then reroll it,
Good.
3+.
Oh, he's good.
Okay, so here I'll put 2 on the regular guy. I'll just reroll it twice to see if he's good. Oh, he's dead anyways.
Okay.
The next guy, 2 hits on him.
So this is the first of 2 hits. Hey, he's good.
And then
Second of 2 hits.
good.
He's
You
good.
got 4 here.
Jeez.
All right. So I'll just keep the alive then. And
All right, just to recap all that shooting, the company commander, even though he died, he could swap. So the company commander is still alive in that blue building, and there's 1 infantry in each of these 2 buildings. So that infantry platoon's down to 2 stands. So they will be testing, but I've got some more fire. Maybe I can do something else. So on to my company commander Jumbo. He's going to put 2 main gun shots into that white building, hitting on 5s because he did not move. And no hits. And then last but not least, we've got those Sherman 105s. They're going to be firing into the blue building at your company commander because he moved. So it'll be a little bit easier to hit him. So instead of 5s, I believe it's going to be 4s to hit for concealment.
Okay.
1 shot from each tank. They didn't move, so just straight up 4s. And we got 1 hit. It is a breakthrough gun, Sean, so re-roll a successful save.
Okay, so I'll just do the 1 save.
Okay. And you're good. And I think, oh no, we still have this Sherman platoon here that can go. So let me, we'll be right back. All right, so this is the last of my shooting. This Sherman platoon here, I'm putting 15 machine gun shots into that infantry in the square, and then 1 Sherman is going to be firing its 2 main guns at the company commander in the building. So first up, 15 machine gun shots, hitting on 3s. So that is not bad at all, just 1 miss. And then we'll assign those in a second, and then 2 shots hitting on 5s because I have to use stabilizers and you moved the company commander. So main gun hitting on 5s, company commander. We got 1 hit there. So that one, if you want to do that one first, Sean, that one will be easy. You just
That's not my company commander, right?
Yeah.
3+.
So 3+. You're good?
Okay.
All right, so we're assigning 4, 4, 3, 3. You can remove them however you want. I don't really care.
I'll do 4. Yeah, I'll just do the 4s first, get those out of the way. He's dead.
Okay.
We'll go on to him. He's dead. Next 4. Okay. I guess this is a good time to fail him. And this is the last guy. Let's see if we can. Nope.
Oh, no.
They got wiped out, but at least that's not so bad.
So at the very end, your amazing saves failed you, but
Might as well group them.
it was good enough to keep you in the game. I mean, you've got your infantry platoon here, your company commander is still alive, and you've got these 2 mortars. All right, recapping German movement. The Jagdpanthers got off a crucial blitz move, so they're going to be pouring a lot of firepower down onto these guys. The mixed Panzer platoon came around trying to get some shots on my my company commander there on the side and see what they can do. So on to German shooting.
So I'll start off here. Panther into the jumbo, force, or no, concealment, so
Yeah.
5s.
You know, 5.
Nope. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the tiger.
Tiger
5s.
into jumbo. Nope.
Nope. And then I'm going to go ahead and do 2 shots from here. Should be 3s because they're trained.
They're trained, yep, into the crocodiles.
2 hits.
2 hits on the crocodile.
And then just straight firepower. 3+. So 1 destroyed and 1 bailed.
All right, sounds good.
And then I guess I'll just go and finish it up in, or wherever you
Okay,
start
that's a
this one.
Panzer IV firing at the crocodiles as well.
So 3s, got 1 hit, and then
That one I can possibly stop on a 6. Nope. Oh wait, that's an 11, so possible bail.
3+. Okay.
And then
So 2
double
bails
bail,
and
because you can't see the other jumbo. I mean, no one shooting can see him,
Yeah.
right? So he's destroyed, and he's double bailed. So let's roll to see if he sticks around. He does on a 5. So destroyed and bailed.
all right.
All right, so the Panthers are going to be firing the way it breaks down, basically 2 shots at 4 up, 2 shots at 5 up, 2 shots at 6 up. So, Sean, if you want to roll those, then you can assign your hits however you want.
Great. I'll go with the 4s first,
4 ups. Nice, 2 hits so far.
and then
The 5 ups.
5s.
One
1
more
hit,
hit.
and then we'll go with
Sixes.
the 6s. Nope.
All right, so that's 3 hits, 3 Shermans. Which Sherman do you not want to hit in that platoon?
I guess we'll not want to hit.
This guy?
Just leave him open. I guess basically I want to keep him there, so maybe not this one.
Not this one. All right,
Yeah.
so make a firepower for this guy.
Okay, 3+,
He's destroyed. Next guy.
3+.
He's destroyed. And next guy. He's destroyed. All right, some good shooting from the Jagdpanthers. All right, so the 105s are going to be firing. We have one concealed, one unconcealed shot here, so a 4 up and a 5 up.
Okay, I'll do that 4 up first. Nope.
Yes.
And then I'll do the 5 up.
Got him. And then go straight to firepower. I'm just front armor 4.
Plus. Oh.
Bailed out. And then one shot at this surviving Sherman over there, hitting on, I'm sure it's short range, so hitting on a 4.
Nope.
All right, so we have a Panzerschreck and a Panzerfaust shot into this crocodile. So they are pinned.
So I think I'll do the Panzerfaust here with the 1 shot.
Okay.
Or, sorry, the Panzerschreck down here. So it's going to be on 3s.
Okay.
3 plus. Nope.
Nope.
And I'll actually do the Panzerfaust from here into here since he's bailed.
To the bail, that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's hit, and then AT-12.
So I need a 6 to equal, which I do. So do you bail me again?
5 plus. Oh.
You do. Do I stick around? 3 up? I do. Recapping German turn. Not a bad turn of shooting. He killed 3 Shermans here. He killed a crocodile. He bailed out a crocodile. He bailed out a Chaffee. So we're going to see what the Americans can do coming into turn 7, I think. All right, I rolled off camera. My crocodile did bail back in. My Chaffee did not. So now I need a platoon test for this platoon Shermans here. There's only one left. He sticks around on a 5. And he rolls a 1, so he is gone. He blows up his tank and runs away. All right, recapping American movement. Chaffee's moved up to hopefully deal with these mortars. These guys moved up and around to put some fire into the mortars as well, if they can. Those Shermans ran away. Calliopes, crocodiles, I just moved 1. We'll get some more flamethrower shots into that building. My company commander is going to risk it. He is going to stay there and put some shots into the building. My 109s are staying put. My Calliopes over here are pretty much out of the game this turn. They don't have anything to do. So on to American shooting. All right, first up, the crocodiles firing 10 flame shots into the building. So Sean fired the platoon last turn, so I'm hitting them on 4s. And not too many. We got 5. We got exactly statistically average. So you got 2 teams left, so 3 on one and 2 on the other. Let's put 3 on the guy in the closer building, if you don't mind.
All right.
So.
And I re-roll these, right?
Yeah. So 3 saves.
Okay, so he's dead.
Yep.
And then 2 on the other guy.
2 on the other guy.
Okay. I'll re-roll these if I. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll him.
He's good.
He's good. All right.
Okay.
Nice. Next up, company commander is going to fire into the blue building at the one surviving commander. He's got 2 shots, hitting on 4s. So we got 1 hit. Give me a 3 up save, Sean.
Sorry, is that my commander? Or
no, that's
commander
the last guy.
Okay, all right.
Platoon commander.
3 plus save.
Got it. Then we're going to go the 109s, the Sherman 105s. The Sherman 105s are going to be firing into the same guy. 3 shots, hitting on 4s. So we got 1 hit there. It is a breakthrough gun, so re-roll that.
So I'll do 2 for that 1 save. 3 plus. Ooh, dead. Oh.
I'm sorry. Firepower is 2 plus, so yes.
All right, he's dead.
All right, so that platoon is gone. You have your company commander still in that blue building. So I'm firing my mortar jeep at your mortars. So that's going to be 2 shots hitting on 5s because you did not move or shoot. And we miss. Next up we have the Chaffies. They're going to fire 6 50 caliber machine guns at your mortars, hitting on 5s. Got 1, and then 4 30 cals hitting on 5s. So 1 with a 30 cal, 1 with a 50 cal.
Okay, I'll do 50 cal first, 3 plus, and 30 cal.
All right, so let's see that 5 up to kill that guy. No, he's good. All right, next up, that's it for shooting. So we're going to go for the assault. Get some defensive fire. I'm not sure what those guys have.
No, I do not.
Okay. So I am veteran, so I'm hitting on 3s. Guy on my left first. Guy on my right.
Okay.
Got them both.
I think that's it.
I think that's going to be... So those are dead. Let's figure this out. At the start of your turn, you are going to fail company morale, so that's gain. So now we'll be back. We're going to figure out points, and we'll be right back. So there you have it, folks. It was a 7-2 victory for the Americans, but boy, that was a brutal fight. Sean, first I want to say thanks for coming into the studio and playing a game.
Anytime.
It's a lot of fun. So what'd you think of the game? What were your thoughts about the game?
Oh, I was a little worried at first because it had a lot. It looked like a lot on the board, and I was kind of there. I wasn't really sure. I didn't think my ambush would be very good from the beginning, but I was like, I kind of have to put those reserve tanks in there. But just really scared of those. What is it? The crocodiles, and then all those 50 cals and 30 cals. So I was like, infantry are gonna just have to take it.
Right. Well, I think I started strong. You failed to get your reserves in until turn 5. I mean, so that really hurt. If you were able to bring in those Jagd Panthers at the same time or close to your ambush, that could have been.
Yeah, I definitely did have to use their long range in this game. Which...
Yeah. But AT-16, you took out a jumbo with it, so that AT-16 wasn't wasted points for those. So I thought I was doing really good the first few turns. I was picking guys off with machine guns, and I had you surrounded, but you had that one turn of fantastic shooting from both of your tank platoons, and over there on the objective, and almost swung the game.
Yeah, the one thing is those reserved tanks I think are pretty good against U.S. just because once I took out those AT-13 guns, they can pretty much last even though they're, hit pretty easy and stuff like that. But
yeah, I had 2 Sherman 76s, AT-13. You killed both of them before they got any shooting at your tanks, and everything else on my list is AT-10. So your Panthers, your Jagd Panthers, your Tigers really aren't too scared. You'd have to roll really low to fail, something like that. So at that point, once you took out my heavy hitters, it's like the only way, I'm not going to be able to take you tank versus tank. So I need to break your company. So I was barely able to do that.
Yeah, and I think my guys lasted a little bit longer than they should have, because there is one point where these guys came in hot, and I couldn't believe though this platoon, I think I only lost like one guy or one base that turn.
Yeah, but then by the end of the round, well, actually, they died the same turn. It was the last platoon I fired wiped them off the table, and you failed.
Oh yeah.
I just had to pour so much firepower into them, but it worked. I mean, I got really lucky in that you didn't kill the crocodiles. The infantry were pinned down, so I think you missed it by 1 to hit them, and then they were able to bail back in and not break, and then flamethrower away, which was awesome. So if you had to pick an MVP, Sean, who would it be?
Everyone actually did pretty well. I guess the Jagd Panthers, I don't think they made up their points, but they definitely came in and were hitting right away, because it would have been pretty bad if they didn't hit anything when they first got in, and then there's not too many angles, so they'd be kind of hard for an assault gun to shoot down the alleyways and stuff.
Yeah, I would say that too. Those Jagd Panthers were terrifying. They came in and, my Sherman 105s are just cowering behind a building because they can't really threaten you. I don't know, for my MVP, I'd probably have to give it to the crocodiles. I mean, they burned up those better part of 2 infantry platoons.
I was scared the whole time.
Yeah, even though they're trained, it's like, do you shoot at them and leave my heavier tanks or my scarier tanks alive? And then I tried to swing around, but you really didn't go for the bait. You weren't too worried about those armored recon on your flank or anything. And they really didn't do anything, so I guess that was justified to not worry about it.
There's just too much green in front of me.
The tide of olive drab. So that was really good, but I ended the game, I had 2 crocodiles, a jumbo, and 2 chaffies, plus my recon, but that was it. So I had like 5, I had less tanks than you, I think, at the end of the game.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised that those, like my reserve tanks or whatever, were able to stay alive that well. But it was...
Well, that's a really good unit. You got 2 Tigers, a Panther, and a Panzer IV. So that's a lot of AT-13, AT-14 firepower.
Well, yeah, I initially thought they were going to get shredded because I was thinking that super parachute was going to come out. So I was like, oh man, they're going to be hiding the whole game. But
Oh yeah, that's right. So, in full disclosure, I set up my list. My list actually had a Super Pershing in it. And then we got here, I set up, and I realized I forgot to put it in the box. So I happen to, I always carry spare Shermans with me because I'm that kind of guy. So I was able to make a list with Shermans instead, which I think might have been good. I mean, the Super Pershing, if I would have had it, could have threatened your Tigers. Well, could have threatened anything in your list, really.
Oh, definitely.
But your Yog Panthers would be a good hard counter for them. So that's it. So the final score was 7-2. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I certainly had a good time. Thanks, Sean, for the game.
Oh, thank you.
If you guys liked it, go ahead and let us know. Subscribe to the channel, give us a like. Also check us out on Facebook at All Miniatures Great and Small. Thanks for watching, and keep on wargaming.